All right, enough about bears. Let's talk about food.
Welcome to Crocks in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian. Jessica, take it away.
All right, people. Today we have a great video for you to update you on our 60-day challenge. If you don't know what the 60-day challenge is, it's officially called the 60-day, well, I like to call it the Healthy Habit Changing Challenge, because it's just us trying to get back on track with our healthy eating, but also incorporate some other things into our life that we feel like would be good habits to have. So for 60 days, we're doing every day. We're trying to do the 3 different things that we each picked. And if you want to learn more about it, I'll link to that video and you can actually download a handy dandy chart just like this one. But today is day 32. So how have we been doing?
All right. So I don't know whose board
this is. Your board.
This is mine. Yes.
You have a sticker for every day except for one day you have a question mark.
That's because for the walking, I have no idea what I actually walked that day because I didn't have my phone on me for most of the time and my Fitbit died. And so I don't know what I actually walked. So I put a question mark there.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. But he's been doing all 3 of his things every single day. The first one being eating 100% plant-based, which is the most important, obviously.
Yes. That's been the easiest.
Yeah, it's been the easiest. And then I think the walking, for me, so we each have walking as our second one, and we're supposed to walk 5,000 steps. For me, the eating plant-based and the walking have been the 2 easiest. And then the third one has actually been the most difficult to get in for me.
The ukulele.
Which is the ukulele. I'm supposed to play my ukulele 3 times per day. I don't feel like I'm really improving on my ukulele skills, you guys. I also missed 2 days, so I got 2 X's.
Boo.
Boo, but that's fine. But today we specifically wanted to update you on how our eating has been these last 32 days of this challenge. So we want to update you and let you know what we've been eating, because a lot of people have been asking, well, what are you guys eating? So do you want to kick it off with breakfast?
Yes. So for breakfast, pretty much every day I have been eating oatmeal, and I don't have like a recipe out in a video as of yet, but trust me, that one will be coming, and I have developed what I think is the best oatmeal that I've ever eaten. That qualifier there, that I've ever eaten. So, you know, maybe you've had better, maybe somebody else's recipe is better, but this is the best that I've ever had, and so I'm super stoked about it. But generally it's oatmeal with bananas, blueberries, and then a bunch of different spices, including like ginger and turmeric and cinnamon and nutmeg and that kind of stuff.
He takes out like every spice in
trust me, it's really, really good. Yes.
All right, so I have actually been skipping traditional breakfast for most days. I actually have been trying to eat 2 meals a day and eat a little bit later in the day, maybe around like noon or 1 o'clock, and I haven't been getting hungry. So I've been trying to really be conscious about, am I actually hungry, or am I just eating for fun? Do I actually need to eat right now, or can I wait, and all that. So some days though, if I've eaten a little lighter the night before, I feel like having a little something in the morning, and when I do, I usually have a toasted piece of Ezekiel raisin bread with a sliced banana and some homemade peanut butter. And if you guys want the link to my peanut butter recipe, which is literally just peanuts, but my method, I actually have a link to that in the blog post below. Oh, this is a good time to point out, we forgot to point out that anything that we talk about today, if there is a recipe for it, whether it be our recipe or someone else's recipe we can link you to, it will be in the blog post. I put pictures and all the kind of stuff in there.
Yes.
Now, again, like you said, some of the stuff we don't have recipes for, so you'll just have to kind of sit tight and wait. But this is a little sneak peek of what we've actually been eating.
Yes, but one of the things that we don't have a recipe for is the thing that's next on our list. And this is some of the random stuff that we've been eating, because we don't really have like specific meals set out. This is for lunch and this is for dinner. This is just sort of something that we've been eating throughout the entire time, really, depending on if it was lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
So, but that is
a kale and quinoa salad. Now this is, if you guys are in the St. Louis area, you might know of a kind of fast casual restaurant chain called Crazy Bowls and Wraps. Our friend Karen Dugan, who is otherwise known as STL Veg Girl, who runs the Center for Plant-Based Living in St. Louis, she actually collaborated with them to come up with a smoky Mediterranean dressing. So we really like their kale and quinoa salad. We make a vegan version of it, and we made our own version of it to eat at home because we were going there way too much and spending way too much money. Sorry, Crazy Bowls. my favorite part of it is the dinosaur kale.
Yeah, it's really good.
So it's got dinosaur kale, it's got sun-dried tomatoes, peppercini, the dressing, which is super good, and red onion and chickpeas. And so we're showing you a picture of it right now, but we are working on a recipe for that one. We're going to see if we can kind of collaborate with Karen a little bit on that. So hopefully we'll be bringing you that recipe very soon, but we've been eating a lot of that.
Next on the list, though, was a chickpea salad that I made, which was, a lot of fresh ingredients, vegetables and stuff, and celery and red pepper and all that, with some mashed up chickpeas, and it's just really nice on a piece of bread. Or
you did like a curry kind of.
Oh yeah, I did.
salad.
I did curried chickpea salad. That's right.
So he was testing the recipe out, and he made a couple batches of it, and so he'll, again, no recipe for that yet, but and we didn't even get any pictures of it because it was that good.
Yeah, it went by pretty fast, but I think I made it twice even, and it still went by pretty fast. But yeah, that one was a real winner in my book, so look forward to that recipe coming out in the future, probably in about the springtime, I think, because that's like a nice sort of spring summery kind of dish.
And we were eating it on like romaine lettuce leaves, just whole romaine lettuce leaves as like a wrap, and it was super good.
Yep.
Also, we've been eating some of the black bean hummus. We made several batches of it as we were doing testing for the recipe video. So we did put up a video of the black bean hummus if you want to see that. Again, check out the link below for a link to that.
Yep.
And I like to have on standby, I know this isn't like 100% whole food plant-based. There's a little oil, too much sodium probably, although the sodium's not horrible. I like to have the Trader Joe's frozen riced cauliflower and tofu bowls, which we actually have done a review video of. It was like one of our very first videos.
Yep.
I still love to have those, especially now that we have the giant freezer that his parents have, like the extra freezer. I stock up on those, so if I'm ever having a lazy day where I just cannot be bothered to cook and there's nothing prepared, I can go in and grab one of those. I like to mix it with a fresh bag of just like steamed veggies as well, so that it's a little bit more, it bulks it up a little bit.
Yes.
But do you want to talk about the Cajun pasta?
Yeah, so one night Jessica was like, I really want pasta and I want you to make this recipe. And so I was like, yeah, sure. So I ended up making Cajun pasta.
It was Vegan Rika's
Yes,
recipe.
vegan Rika's recipe, and it turned out really, really good, and it really hit the spot. I think we had it for a couple of days after that, right? We had some leftovers, and it was really, really tasty. And I want to make my own version of it now, because I've never tried to even make a Cajun pasta dish.
Yeah, and it had like a creamy sauce that's made with tofu. I don't know if I was a huge fan of the tofu being in the sauce. I don't know. There was a weird flavor going on, but definitely try the recipe. We're going to link to it. It was super good. The tofu turned out amazing. But we used some Banza chickpea pasta for it, so it turned out really well. So hopefully Brian can develop his own that's like super, super tasty.
Yes, but the final thing that was purely, Jessica was
random.
like, I want to do, is like, I'd like to have stir fry. I was like, okay. So I busted out some bags of stir-fry vegetables.
From Trader Joe's, I'll show a picture of those now. They're super good.
And then I made a sauce using some tamari, red pepper flakes, ginger, garlic, fresh garlic, and I ended up using chives. I didn't have any green onions at the time, so I ended up using chives that I picked from the garden. And blended that all together and tossed it with the tofu. And then, like, the stir fry was good, but then the second I added everything on top and that sauce kind of went on it, it was very nice.
We put some extra water chestnuts in there.
Oh, yeah,
there's some in the frozen veggie mix, but that mix is really good. There's no sauce or anything on it. It's a super good one to just throw and toss together. And I know we don't have recipes for a lot of the ones we just talked about, but the thing is, like, we're kind of showing you can just throw stuff together. You don't need recipes, although we will work on these recipes because we know a lot of you love to follow recipes.
Yes.
But these are all just things we kind of threw together, and we've been trying to do a mix of doing that and then following some of our staple kind of recipes, which leads us into the soups and stews section of what we've been eating.
My wheelhouse.
It is getting cold. I don't know where you guys are, but it is getting cool in St. Louis.
You might have seen some leaves fall behind us.
It is fall in full swing. Like, it was jacket weather yesterday. It's beautiful out today, so that's why we decided to come outside.
Yes.
But right when we started the challenge, we actually had a batch of Brian's awesome weird vegan chili. He has 2 chili recipes. The awesome weird vegan chili is kind of a weird. It has what does it have in it? Oat groats
and cocoa powder.
Oat groats, cocoa powder. It's super hearty and thick
rich,
and
yes.
rich. And we had actually it in our freezer for like months.
Yeah. And it was still awesome.
And it was still awesome. So these things you can definitely freeze. So when we first started the challenge, we already had that in the freezer. So we're like, all right, let's use this up. Let's go with it, you know. But then
I wanted my other chili, so I made the super tasty vegan chili, which is my favorite chili. I'm not gonna lie, it's my favorite chili, and I know a lot of people out there really, really love it. And I love hearing stories about how people love my chili, and especially when they make it for other people and those people love my chili. That's the best.
On our live stream, someone told us that they made it for like 200 guests at a wedding, and I was like, that's so cool. Like, so many people have had your chili now.
I would have loved to have been there to try that one out.
Yes.
Heck, if you'd invited me for that, like, I probably would have showed up and made it.
Show up with your ladle.
I would have cooked it for you. Like,
so
that
you
would have
guys,
been
if
amazing.
you need Brian Krock at your wedding.
Well, yeah, the first one would have been free. The rest
For
after
a
that,
fee,
you got to charge.
Get with me, I'm his manager. It's fine. But then we never get sick of chili, okay?
No,
you guys?
no.
It
Never. I could go make a batch now.
I
and I'd
want
be
chili
happy.
right now, actually. We don't have any, but we have some other good stuff that we're about to talk about. But we went on a little trip up to Peoria,
Yes.
a couple hours north of here, and Peoria, Illinois, and we went to the Riverfront Market, which I think is out of season now, but back in like August or something we went. And this lady, the company is called Jardan, like Jardan. Her name's Anne. I don't know. It's JAR space D apostrophe Anne. Anyway, we're showing you pictures of the lids, and you can see it on the lid. But she has these jars of they're all vegan, organic, like, what do you call it? Shelf stable food.
Yes.
And they're in jars that are reusable, which is really cool, which I think you can bring them back to her too and get like some money back or something. I don't know. Anyway, if you are anywhere near Peoria when the Riverfront Market's happening, check her out because she has so many awesome ones. We bought her, I think it's called Vegan Chili for the Win.
Yeah.
And it had like butternut squash, lentils, black beans, kidney beans, quinoa. It was just a super easy, and all of her little jars, I think you just add water or a like plant-based milk to, and that's it. And there's no processed, nothing. Like, it's just really, really awesome.
Everything's just dehydrated in the jar.
Yeah, and so we have a cauliflower curry one that we'll probably make like in the next couple weeks, which sounds super, super good. We also bought some of her like cheese sauce mix. But anyway,
yes.
On to the next one,
which is of course one of my absolute all-time favorites that I have made, and that is our jambalaya soup. You guys know I love Cajun food, and it is still it's such a great dish because it's nice and it's spicy and it's filling and it's all that good stuff. I absolutely love it. It's still one of my all-time favorites. So yes, the jambalaya soup, that's a winner in my book.
Well, and you can adapt the spice level too. This time
it's so easy to make.
This time it was like a really good spice level. I feel like it turned out better. I don't know if it's just because we haven't had it in a while, but it was so good. I was the one who was actually like, I want you to make that. And then we come to I've talked about this a million times on our channel. You guys, if you haven't made it already, check out Plant Pure Nation, Kim Campbell's lasagna stew. It is phenomenal.
Especially when you start off with a really good tomato sauce.
Oh my gosh. We use Ray Cronice in the book Healthspan Solution. He has his grandma's like tomato sauce. We use that for the marinara in ours. So if you guys have the Healthspan Solution book, just check out that recipe for his grandma. I forgot her name is. Sorry Ray. But check out the recipe for that. Make a huge batch of that. We made a huge batch. We have it in our freezer and we use it for everything. But yeah, we use that in the recipe. The lasagna stew is freaking awesome. The tofu ricotta that goes on top
is amazing
with fresh basil from our garden.
Yeah.
It's a winner. I have made 2 double batches, which it already makes a huge batch. Like, you need a huge pot if you're going to make double batch. I've made 2 double batches in the last, like, few weeks because I just love it. It's, like, the perfect... I just eat that. I don't eat anything else with it. I just
very
eat it.
filling.
Yeah, big bowl of that. Comfort. I mean, amazing. So yes, definitely check that out if you haven't already made it. Again, links to everything in the blog post, all that. But
final thing.
we haven't. I did want to point out we haven't really been snacking at all.
Oh yeah, no
So
snacking.
we're not talking about any snacks here. Like this is literally what we've been eating. We've just been eating like the meal and then that's it. There's no sides or snacks or anything with it.
Yep.
But dessert.
Well, usually we have dessert like right after the final
Sometimes
meal.
I want dessert. I love my chocolate. But actually we haven't been eating it a lot.
Not a lot.
Maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago I actually made 3 batches of nice cream, which if you look in the link below, it'll have a link to my chocolate nice cream, and then you can make the other flavors as well in a similar way. So I made vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like supposed to be a Neapolitan thing or whatever. Which if I had to do it again, I would have put them all 3 in one thing so I could have one scoop that was like all 3 flavors, but whatever, it's fine. But yes, that has been our treat. This big bowl that we're showing you of it is not how much we eat. We eat way less than that. I just did it for the photos because I was like
a scoop, maybe 2.
I want it to look pretty, but sometimes we'll do all 3 flavors. Sometimes we're just in the mood for one of the flavors. Just depends. But
we're not going crazy on it.
But yeah, nice cream, and then sometimes I top it with a little bit of pure date syrup. I have like I forgot, it's called just date syrup or something like that. We'll link to that as well. But sometimes I top it with that just to make it extra fancy and like a little drizzle of it. It makes me feel like I'm eating a fancy dessert. But yeah, that's really all we've been eating. Everything we've been eating over the last like 32 days or whatever.
Yeah, that's basically it.
But other than that,
please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and click the bell notification that is right next to it. Because when you subscribe and you click that little bell, you get all of these lovely videos that we publish, and you get to watch them right as they come out, and you get to comment on there and everything, and
you can
interact
be the first
with everybody.
one to comment.
Yes, I love the people who race to be the first comment
what
on
is it,
our videos.
Flaming Basketball Club?
Yeah, I think that's
Did I get the right name?
Well, I know it's Flaming Basketball.
Flaming Basketball Club. I feel like it's club. I don't know.
But yes, people actually get on there to comment first and have a grand old time. But get on there, tell us any suggestions for recipes you think we might want to try, and we will hopefully get around to that. Also, you can find us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. We're always posting stuff on Instagram for pictures and stuff. That's what Jessica runs, and I'm the one that is on Facebook, so if you message us on any one of those, that's who you're getting. But on Facebook, once again, every Thursday I am going live at 1 p.m. Central. I don't know what time that would be for you, but you can hopefully find that out 1 p.m. Central on our Crocks in the Kitchen page on Facebook. And I have a good time answering any kind of question that people pose to me. It doesn't have to be food related at all. I've answered everything. So any question that is presented to me, I will answer. But give a video a like, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think that's all I got.
That's definitely all I got.
We will see you next time on Crocks in the Kitchen. Bye. We got to get those stickers.